guys. Hope everybody had a great Christmas. I thought I'd do this video just to maybe let everybody know and kind of show maybe what we got for this year's Christmas as far as G.I. Joe goes. And hope everybody's enjoying a few days off here in between work. I always thought this was a good time to maybe sit back and kind of reflect about what things really matter in life, and maybe some other things that don't really matter in life, and kind of gears you up for the new year. Yeah, so I thought I'd just do this video to kind of maybe show some of the things that we got for our Joe collection. So I hope you enjoy it. Ho, 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 Merry Christmas! So I've set out on the kitchen table all of the Joe items we got this year that Shane and I got to add to our collection. And as you can see, in the center there is a Cobra Terra Drone, 1986 Cobra Terra Drone. And me and Shane decided a while back that the Cobra Army was kind of small that we had, and really there should be two Terra Drones for the Army. So Santa brought us another one, which is totally awesome, and really, and we're really excited about that. And it'll be really fun to set that one up beside the other one. And we have an idea to make kind of like a Cobra Mountain, where there's going to be like two Terra Drones at the top, and maybe some sort of research facility base in the center there, in between both of them. And we also added another Cobra bunker, as you can see there. The G.I. Joe Mauler, which I never had, so I'm excited to add that one to the pit downstairs. And I never got that one because in '85 I got the flag, of course, and I didn't really get much else for a few months there, because the flag was such a big play set to get. I never saw this thing, so it's great to get it after all these years, and I know it's a staple in a lot of other people's G.I. Joe collections, so I'm pretty excited about getting that one. Then we added two more HISS tanks, because you can never have enough HISS tanks for the Cobra Army. And I got another Night Viper, another Alley Viper, Python Patrol Crimson Guard, and a Worms driver. He drives a Maggot. Got Thunder Machine, which always eluded me. It's the Dreadnought vehicle, their main vehicle. That's from 1986, of course. And we were able to find a complete G.I. Joe Vamp MK2 that came with a tan clutch. So that's a cool one because it's complete. Has the gas cans on the back. And here's a little entry from Ron Rudat talking about kind of the research and development on this. It's kind of a copycat of the original Vamp from '82, except that it had a missile rack and it was made for desert use.
Well, they were going to redo the Vamp, and they needed a roof and doors because it didn't have any. I basically did the decals on it. I did the logo for it on the side, and I did the doors and the top roof, and I think I did the missile rack as well. That's about it, all I did on it.
And also, I guess I could include Ron Rudat talking about the Thunder Machine here, and the ideas behind that.
I was thinking of Mad Max at the time, and watching that, and I figured do a hodgepodge kind of a vehicle or whatever, and big jet engine on the back. And they didn't even ask me to do that. I just went and did it. I think I did a drawing of it maybe, and I showed it in presentation. They liked it, and that's what a lot of guys did. If they had an idea for a toy, draw it up, show it in the presentation. It may or may not get accepted. That's the way it worked.
And on top of getting these vehicles and a playset, we were able to add a few missing pieces to our Marvel G.I. Joe run, the comic, issue 109. That's kind of a famous issue. It's got some casualties in there, of course, from the Joe team. Issue 93, that is kind of a key issue for some of Snake Eye's background. The Thunderclap issue, 92, to kind of introduce that vehicle. And a Road Pig issue, number 90. He's a Dreadnought guy. He's carrying rock and roll, and I think that's Clutch, down a hallway someplace. And this one here I'm really happy about getting because it is kind of a rare one. It's a Snake Eyes, number 144. And everybody who's familiar with it, this run only went to 155, and then it was canceled. And this one here is cool because it's the untold origin of Snake Eyes. And that's Snake Eyes there holding Scarlet in front of a wreck. So I can't wait to read this one. And maybe I'll read this one tonight before I go to bed. Nothing like curling up with a 1980s or early 90s Larry Hama G.I. Joe Marvel comic book. But anyway, there's a quick look at some of the stuff that we got for this Christmas. And really excited about bringing the stuff down to the pit and kind of putting it down there where it belongs. But until then, I'm just going to enjoy it on the kitchen table here because it's kind of nice to have it up here. And in a bit, we're going to have dinner and it'll all have to go downstairs. Okay, guys, thanks a lot. So I brought down the Christmas Terra Drone down to the pit, and it's not really in the position where we want it just yet. Me and Shane kind of wanted like a Cobra Mountain, like I was talking about, with 2 Terra Drones at the top and maybe some other kind of diorama like playset in between. But for now, I just have them on these IKEA. Tables, and looks okay. I mean, it's just pretty cool to have 2 of them. And I put lights in this one, as you can see. Looks kind of nice, all lit up. And while I was down here today, I sat back with a hot chocolate and was able to read one of the comics that I got. 109 from G.I. Joe, A Real American Hero. I think it's February 1991. And it's one of the famous ones because it has people dying in it, which was kind of a trend with early 90s comics, but I think it was kind of natural with G.I. Joe because I think Larry was a little bit frustrated all the years where he couldn't show certain things in the book because it was a children's property, and he wanted to be a little bit more realistic, and he was able to do that starting in 1991 with having some characters pass away, because everybody knows, of course, in war there's going to be casualties. But anyway, yeah, so this book, I knew it was going to be good. Well, because it's Larry Hama, it's always going to be good, right? But anyway, the cover alone is awesome, and can't wait to put it up on the pit wall down here. But yeah, a few more guys die in it in this battle in the desert, and it takes place in the Middle East, in Tertial Abysmia. It's a continuation of the previous issue, of course. But yeah, it's totally awesome, and I don't want to spoil it for you guys. But I found a really interesting letter in the back of it. And I wanted to share that one with you guys. It's in Postbox The Pit, of course. And as a kid, I would read all these letters that were written in, and kind of like that's kind of why I kind of flipped out when I got printed, finally, a few years ago for the first time. But anyway, yeah. So this guy here, he writes about his dissatisfaction with the comic at that time. This is February '91, of course. But he's pretty much saying, like, we are writing to you about your bad stories and your pathetically unrealistic action. What's going on here? Your stinking stories are worse than they have ever been. Such as recent issue 103, when two men destroy three very large and dangerous tanks and survive with only minor injuries. Do you morons have Alzheimer's or something? How can you simply forget about things such as Serpentor and the people trapped in the ship on Cobra Island? As we said before, the action is unrealistic. Now, Larry, tell me someone can dodge a missile such as Storm Shadow did in issue 97. And please tell us how someone goes about catching an arrow that has been shot out of the rear end of a van that must be moving at least 55 miles per hour. These comics are starting to look more like the TV show, which is nothing to brag about. Also, please tell us what the October Guard has to do with the Joes. Why did you have to revive Scarlet? Now tell me this, Lair. How can someone survive a gunshot in the head at point-blank range? We hope you print our letter to see other readers' reactions. And some dude from Ohio. But anyway, Larry writes back, and I like what he writes back because he kind of doesn't take any garbage. And you can read it. You can pause it and read it, but he says that there was actually a guy in Japan who studied how to dodge bullets. And so he's saying that, yes, like, you know, like a ninja could definitely dodge bullets because, yeah, there's some guy in the Japanese army after World War II actually perfected it. So, but anyway, I like what he says at the end. He says, if you jump on my case, better have your homework done. So that's pretty cool. So that's from Mr. Hama back in 1991, defending his book. And his book was always pretty realistic, as opposed to the cartoon, of course. So I like that he defends himself. And again, if you want to read this little large paragraph here that of him defending himself, go ahead, because I think it's pretty cool. Yeah, anyway, really liked that book, and it did not disappoint. Just like all the years of these books, they never disappoint. And I love them to death, and I think I always will love them to death. So, but anyway, thanks a lot, guys. This next part of the video is kind of a photo tribute to 2021, the year that is about to go by, and I'm kind of proud of it because it was the first year of Dave C. Straight from the Pit, my little channel here, and for me, kind of served as a lot of things. Like, it served as an escape from day-to-day activities like work and the stresses that come with that, and stresses that come along with, you know, pandemic type stuff, and just all kinds of garbage like that you don't really want to deal with. And it was a real escape for me to talk about something that I really enjoy. And I think for you guys, you probably feel the same way, where, you know, you can watch somebody like G.I. Joe Berg, or Chasing 80s Toys, or HCC 788, or Retro Blasting, or whoever it is, and you can watch that, and you kind of get a relaxing feeling, and the guys are talking about something that you really care about, and you feel kind of connected to it. So I'm just kind of happy that that I have some subscribers, not nearly as many as those channels, of course, because those are the big powerhouses. But um, anyway, that's not what I was talking about. What I was talking about is just that the last year was really good, and I really like this GI Joe community. And ever since 1982, I was a fan, of course, as everybody knows. But yeah, so I thought I'd add a little bit to this video and kind of put a montage in of photographs and different different top events maybe that happen throughout the year on this channel. Okay, guys, hope you enjoy it.